Hey guys, welcome back to Andy's Dinosaur Reviews. We have some news, but before we get into that, I just want to take a moment and ask you guys to make sure that if you like this type of content that you hit that subscribe button as well as the bell next to it to be notified of any videos I post here on the channel. And if you would like to help support the channel, make sure you hit that thumbs up down there as well, as that helps out every time you do that. So anyway, on with the news. The very first thing that I have for you guys is actually quite a few images that were supplied thanks to PaleoNerd of the upcoming GR Toys Dicraeosaurus, and I'm kind of torn on this one because some of these images look great. Like the green one looks gorgeous, easily the best. Actually, I don't even know if anybody else that's ever even made one, but if anybody else has made one, I'm quite confident that this GR Toys version will be the very best Dicraeosaurus that we've had, and it is gorgeous as far as that green one goes. Like, I really love the tones of color they've chosen, the paint application applied to it, but once we get to the brown one, I feel like the brown one just doesn't look all that great, and maybe it's just these images, and my opinion will change when I see it in hand, but I just feel like the actual paint application doesn't look like it's up to par for what I'm used to when it comes to GR Toys. But again, it's something that maybe the images are just kind of leading me in the opposite direction of what the figure will actually prove once it arrives, so we'll just have to truly wait and see once I actually get it in hand and take a look at it. And of course, I'm sure it would be the same case for all of you guys, but the figure in general looks great, the sculpt is beautiful, and that green one, in my opinion, looks to be an absolute must-have. And as you can see, there is just a plethora of them here currently being created, so this is a super exciting release coming from GR Toys, the very first time we've had a herbivore coming from them, so a pretty monumental figure on the part of GR Toys. And after the Carcharodontosaurus, I'm convinced that GR Toys is going to be one of the leading dinosaur figure companies moving forward, so of course I'm beyond excited about anything they release. And then as far as Passion Charger goes, they are already working on another new model because they just move in ridiculously fast fashion as far as getting unbelievable releases out continuously, and what we can see straight away is that this is a gorgeous looking Therizenosaurus. I'm definitely psyched about this one because it's a really cool species that's very different from a lot of the models that I already own from Passion Charger. Overall, it's not something that I've ever had the pleasure of entering into my collection. Would be a feathered dinosaur from Passion Charger, so again, this one is really exciting, very cool looking pose, and from what he's been saying on Facebook, it seems as though this is actually going to be a diorama that includes a Tarbosaurus, so I'll definitely be greatly looking forward to seeing that sculpt as it progresses. But this Therizenosaurus already looks amazing, and I'm just so psyched to see the final product as far as this incredibly cool diorama goes. And then as far as PNSO goes, we did have the official full reveal of Andrea the Tyrannosaurus Rex, and there is a lot of controversy as far as this model goes throughout the entire collecting community. There is like a majority that absolutely hate the model, and then there's a good majority, I feel like, that likes it. I love the model. I'm really psyched to have this Tyrannosaurus in a relaxed pose laying down because it's something that's so different. It's not something you often see, so any chance I can get to get a relaxed dinosaur in my collection, I am 100% in. And on top of that, I feel like this is going to create one of the coolest dioramas overall if you include Wilson and the Nanotyrannus as a juvenile Tyrannosaur together with this resting Andrea, the female Tyrannosaurus. It'll be probably one of the coolest images that I could think of, having the entire family together. I know there has been a lot of controversy just in general as to whether or not the legs could actually bend in the image the way we see this, and I do believe PNSO has been defending that, and you could probably check that information out on both their Facebook and Instagram account to learn more about it. But again, personally, all I'm going to say is that I love it, and I cannot wait to get this one in my hands. Also, as far as Marco Makes goes, if you can recall, quite a ways back I had reviewed his Rubbersaurus Dilophosaurus. Well, he recently announced on his social media outlets that Rubbersaurus Dilophosaurus will actually be going up for order. At this point, it's probably about a week's time until it does. So if you are interested in picking that up, make sure you keep checking back to Marco's social media outlets to stay up to date with the exact time that will go up for order, as again, it has probably about a week away, I would say, until that goes up for order. I will do my best to let you guys know in the community section of this channel, or in a news video, again, if that information comes out before I make another one, and I can include that, but either way, make sure you keep checking back to Marco's social media outlets and, of course, my community section here on the channel to find out exactly when that will hit the Marco Makes Etsy store. And speaking of Marco Makes, if you can recall, I also reviewed a set from Marco Makes that was kind of a Walking with Dinosaurs inspired set that included a Lioplurodon and an Ichthyosaurus. But in that set, the Ichthyosaurus was actually sculpted by Sora. Well, Sora is also in the process of creating another new figure, as she is working on a Compsognathus, which is insanely awesome. Obviously a very cool Jurassic Park inspired compy. She does have plans on selling this at some point in the near future, so it's definitely something that I personally would love to add to my collection, and I'm certain you guys would probably as well, especially if you are a fan of the Jurassic Park or Jurassic World franchise, and I think she's doing a fantastic job on it. It looks gorgeous from a detailing standpoint. She's currently kind of in the process of debating on a few different textures and stuff for the model, and you can see that from the different images here showing the different textures of it, but either way, no matter which route she takes, I think it's going to end up looking incredible, as it already does. When this compy does become available, I'll be sure to let you guys know. And then as far as Star Ace Toys goes, they have been, of course, creating many very cool Ray Harryhausen inspired models over the past few months. I have now just officially reviewed my second, as I had recently reviewed the 1 million years BC Triceratops here on the channel a few days back, so make sure you check that review out if you are interested in these type of products. But they are now showing off the Gwangi Allosaurus, and it looks absolutely beautiful, and I'm certain it's going to be absolutely beautiful in hand, because now, after owning both the 1 million years BC Allosaurus and the 1 million years BC Triceratops, I know exactly what the type of quality you get from the Star Ace line is, and it is incredibly high quality. So this is a very much so anticipated release from me, because I am a gigantic fan of the Valley of Gwangi. I always have been ever since I was a child, and this unquestionably looks to be the definitive version of that Allosaurus. So this is, again, just like with the Dicraeosaurus earlier, this in my opinion is a must-have if you are a fan of vintage dinosaurs, or just specifically the Valley of Gwangi. This is, again, going to be, in my opinion, probably the best version of that Allosaurus that anyone has released yet, and it is just looking absolutely awesome. And then, as far as Creative Beast Studio and the Beasts of the Mesozoic goes, we have a look at the current progress of the Walking with Dinosaurs paint scheme on their Tyrannosaurus Rex, thanks to Candid Sculpts, who is currently the one that is giving it this paint scheme, and man, does it look good. Just instant nostalgic vibes looking at this. Like, it is just perfect as far as the tones of color that they've chosen for it so far, and I cannot wait more than I think any of the other Tyrannosaurus series figures to see this prototype fully painted, because being a gigantic fan of the Walking with Dinosaurs series, this one really has a special place close to my heart, so I am beyond excited to see them releasing a Tyrannosaurus in this paint scheme, but even more so excited than I was prior, just looking at it here partially painted. It is definitely a dream come true. And then, in some very sad news, I was recently told by Dazmers Toys that they are now retiring all of their dinosaurs, and moving forward, they had told me that they won't be actually creating dinosaurs any longer. I don't know why or what has led them to this decision, but it's very sad to me, because the Dazmers Toys dinosaur figures were awesome. I have a few of them in my collection, and I loved every single one that I was able to acquire from their line. And again, being that they're so beautiful, if you guys are interested in those, make sure that you head on over to the Amazon store, which I will include links to the 2 remaining dinosaurs they have left. The Tyrannosaurus and I believe the Velociraptor have already sold out. I do believe we still have the Carnotaurus and Spinosaurus available to purchase, so if you are interested in those, I would recommend getting on buying them before they disappear, because once they sell out, they are gone forever, unfortunately. And what's super sad about this is that quite a ways back I had shared with you these images of all of their future releases that they were going to be giving us as time goes on, and unfortunately these figures as well now will never see the light of day, which is just a travesty because some of these are so nice. Like, I can't imagine not owning that Parasaurolophus, but unfortunately I guess it's not going to happen. So incredibly sad news if you ask me. Definitely a very sad day in the dinosaur collecting community, or at least as far as I'm concerned, because I love the Dazmers Toys line. But again, you can at least still own the Carnotaurus and Spinosaurus while the supplies they have left last. So make sure you check the link in the description and go pick those up right away. And then the final things that I have for you is thanks to Mattel. One of which is the fact that the Scorpius Rex is actually up for pre-order right now on Amazon. It seems as though it's kind of going in and out as far as the pre-order goes, but the last time I had looked, it was actually still on there, available to pre-order. And what you have to do is actually click this link that will be in the description, and then you have to follow it all the way to the bottom to find the Scorpius Rex and then hit the pre-order button there. Otherwise, I don't believe it will work, or at least this is what Collect Jurassic has informed all of us. So if you are interested in pre-ordering that Scorpius Rex figure, make sure you do just that. Again, follow the link in the description, scroll all the way to the bottom until you find the Scorpius Rex there and hit that pre-order button. If you go down and it does not say that it's available, just keep checking back again, as it seems to be kind of showing up as a pre-order and then disappearing and then showing up. So as long as you get it at the right time, you should be able to pre-order yourself a Scorpius Rex. And the Mattel Creations Ray Arnold Velociraptor, the kind of demise of Ray Arnold set, went up for pre-order yesterday, and I did put a post up in the community section for you guys in case you were interested in picking that up. But the last I had checked, it actually somehow was still up for pre-order, so I did want to let you guys know that it was still available if you have not placed an order and you were interested in picking that up. Make sure you head to the link in the description and go pre-order that set. I actually reviewed that a few days back as well, so if you are interested in seeing what you would get, which is probably one of the coolest sets Mattel has ever released, make sure you check out my review of that set. But again, this is a limited edition from Mattel, so it's bound to sell out sometime soon. It's amazing that they actually have provided everyone a chance to get one, unlike previous years where they would release that SDCC exclusive and it would sell out in like a minute or two. Well, this time we have a lot more stock, it seems, coming from Mattel. So if you are interested in that, make sure you check the link in the description and go pre-order it right away before it does sell out. So as of right now, guys, that's all the news I've got. When more comes out, I'll be sure to send it your way. But until then, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.